So, we have a lot to talk about. The U.S. administration just signed the One Big Beautiful Bill into law. By just, I mean a few weeks ago. But y'all know I'm busy, so I'm just getting around to making the video. Let's talk about the effects that the One Big Bill is going to have on dental students, medical students, pre-dents and pre-meds alike. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, if you're new to the channel, my name is Dr. Eli, and I'm currently an orthodontics resident. Just recently graduated dental school in May of 2025. In the news and in social media, the One Big Beautiful Bill has been a common topic among students who aspire to be doctors one day. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how this bill affects us, dentists, doctors, pre-dental students, pre-med students, whatever it may be, and what this bill means for the future. And I'll end off the video with my opinion on whether I would attend dental school with the Big Beautiful Bill signed into law. So because it's been a few weeks since this bill has been signed into law, I'll spare the explanation of what the bill is, because I'm sure if you landed on this video, you're probably already aware of what it is. For the purposes of this video, I'll briefly describe what exactly is changing, especially as it pertains to students seeking a professional degree. Some of the main things to be worried about: student loan payments are going to increase. They're doing away with the SAVE payment plan. They're doing away with the Grad Plus loan, and they're capping your federal loans at a certain number depending on where you are in school. In order to prevent the spread of misinformation, I'm going to read some numbers right off of my phone. And also at the end of this video, I'll leave a few articles that you all can take a look at if you're interested in finding out more about this bill as it pertains to pre-professional students. So these numbers are directly from NPR, a credible source, and it describes the things that are going to happen to students now that the One Big Beautiful Bill has been signed into law. Number one, President Joe Biden's SAVE plan is ending, meaning that this month, starting August 1st, the U.S. Education Department announced that SAVE borrowers will once again see their balances grow with interest. Because the SAVE plan is still enjoined, borrowers won't yet be required to make payments. Still, rather than watch their loans balloon, many borrowers will likely want to move to a different plan. Under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, borrowers in SAVE will have to change plans by July 1st, 2028, when SAVE will be officially shut down. Number two, beginning on July 1st, 2026, new loans will be subject to new borrowing limits. So let me make one thing clear, because as most of you know, I will still be in school in 2026. If you have already started borrowing money on the Grad Plus loan before July 1st, 2026, these caps will not apply to you. You will still be able to use the plan as you have been using for the majority or the beginning of your graduate degree. Now, for graduate students, new limits will make it harder for lower and middle income borrowers to attend pricier graduate programs, aka just about every dental and medical school in the United States. The current Grad Plus loan allows students to borrow up to the cost of attendance for their graduate program. After July 1st, 2026, borrowing will be capped at $20,500 a year with a lifetime graduate loan limit of $100,000. A big drop from the previous cap of $138,500. Borrowers working toward a professional graduate degree, i.e. medical or law school, and of course, dental school, will have their borrowing capped at $50,000 a year and their lifetime cap increase from $138,500 to $200,000. Let me be clear, for majority of dental schools out there, $200,000 still is not enough when you factor in tuition and the cost of living. Parents and caregivers who use Parent Plus loans to help students pay for college will also see new loan limits. They will be capped at $20,000 a year and in aggregate at $65,000 per child. The law also sets a new lifetime limit for undergrad and graduate loans combined at $257,500 per person. So if you were planning on going to school out of state and you're not on scholarship, and you have aspirations of going to medical, dental, or law school one day, you can pretty much shut that down, according to this bill. Now, taking away the SAVE plan, there are only going to be two ways to repay your loans that are federal loans: the standard plan or the repayment assistant plan. Now, the standard plan is pretty much the same as it was before. The repayment assistant plan is essentially similar to the SAVE plan. However, It increases your student loan monthly payment by a little bit, and it also changes the time to forgiveness from 20 years to 30 years. So expect to pay a lot more money back in loans over your lifetime if you're still going to be taking out federal loans to fund your professional school degree. Now, how does this affect us as students who are seeking professional degrees? Number one, the field will become even more elitist. There is no question that these new laws are going to discourage low and middle income students from pursuing professional school degrees. It's really sad to see, considering how important it has been for low and middle income students to become doctors, dentists, lawyers, etc., because they are more likely to advocate for the people from their backgrounds. This change in the demographic of doctors, dentists, lawyers, etc. will eventually have a trickle-down effect that leads to underrepresentation and lack of care in lower income communities. And I bet you that. What else does that mean? It means we go back to an era of more money, better chances. If you come from a wealthy background, you have the means to pay for medical, dental, law school, whatever it is, out of pocket, you're going to have a better chance of getting to that degree because they're already eliminating people. Forget the weed out classes. It's now the weed out bank accounts. What else? The shortage of doctors and dentists is only going to increase. Nonetheless, there will be less students attending these medical and dental schools. There will be less professionals in the field, and there will be less care given to our communities. And that's just the way the cookie's going to crumble. It's very unfortunate. So what are my thoughts? I've already renamed the bill to one big bullshit bill, and that's just the way I feel about it. If you disagree, you're entitled to your opinion. However, thankfully, this is my channel and I can say whatever I want on here. As someone who firsthand knows how hard it is to get to these professional school degrees and how hard it is to get through them, money is something that we don't want to be worried about on top of trying to get this degree. And it's really unfortunate that they're making just another barrier for underrepresented students to get to these final goals that we once dreamt of. I truly, truly hope that students don't give up on their dreams just because of this bill. They look into other options, scholarship programs, military if they see so fit, and they continue to pursue these dreams because we need you and our people need us. So what do? We keep fighting the good fight, the same way our ancestors did. We look into other ways to get it done, but we don't give up on the mission. If you have aspirations of going to medical school, dental school, law school, pharmacy school, whatever it may be, keep chasing that dream because you're needed in the field, and we need people who care. We need people who come from different backgrounds. We need people who are going to be able to provide adequate care to people of all different communities. We need you. And if you want to ask me, would I still chase this dream if it was for the one big beautiful bill? You're damn right I would, because that's never going to stop me from chasing my dreams and making sure I make a difference in my community and the communities around me. I know some people may not feel the same, and that's unfortunate, but there's never been a roadblock put in front of me that I haven't broken through, and this will only be one more that I know I could break through. So those are my thoughts on attending professional school with the new legislation that's been put into place. If you want more resources about this bill, I'm going to leave them in the description below, including a few different news articles that I found while I was reading up on what this bill means and what effects it may have on the future. If you have thoughts about the big beautiful bill, leave them in the comments. We can have a discussion. Maybe. I don't respond to ignorance, so if that's what you're coming here to do, you'll talk to yourself in the comments. Thank you all for watching. I hope you got some information out of this video, and if you were someone who was feeling like giving up on your dream, I hope you got some motivation from this as well. While you're on the channel, I implore you to check out some of my dental school vlogs, and maybe that'll give you a little more motivation to keep chasing that dream. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. I got baguettes in the back of my ring, and I went he trying to hit me. I told her she gotta run to the team before she can talk to the lit. Before she can talk to the jet. Yeah. Lamb chop, I just pulled up.